It's officially the new year.
Wow.
Like straight gunshots. What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. It is currently January 1st, 2022. We made it. And look at this. Starting off the new year with some blue sky. Is it gonna last the entire day? Probably not, but at least we're starting off the new year, you know, with some blue sky. I'll take it. I just want to say thank you guys again for all the continued support over the years for the channel, for our family, for all the builds we've been doing. It really does mean a lot, so thank you guys so much. And again, if you're not subscribed, make sure you do so. We have a lot of stuff coming up for this year. We moved back to the States this year. We have to take almost all these cars back to the States. Got to finish the Pink Floyd, the Mark II we're working on today. Just a lot of stuff happening. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you guys do so. 2022, gonna be a big year. So we're starting off the new year working on the Mark II. You feeling confident for today? No. She said no right away. So my friend Daniel, he's actually behind us right now. He was at a company that installs airride and that kind of stuff. They worked with this company before, so he's more familiar with it than we are. He's here today. He has some spare fittings. He's going to see what we have, what we're missing, and if we can make it work. If we're missing a bunch of stuff, we can't get it until next week. Probably gonna pull the plug, go home, grab the coilovers, and just swap on the car, and we get to go. Still look good. What?
I don't want to pull the plug.
Well, I mean, if we don't have the stuff today. Okay, we can get the entire thing wired up for the most part today. We still need a pressure switch, T-fittings, lines to the bags, and possibly more stuff. We don't know until Daniel looks at it. But if we can get it mostly installed today and we're only missing a couple small things we can get on Monday, we can still do it. But if we're missing a bunch of stuff that has to be like shipped, like that's pushing well into next week. And I know you want a bag, but like
You're depressing me.
we have a boat the car needs to be on. So like I said, if we can get it like 90% done today and a few things on Monday we need, or like next week, we can probably finish the air. If we're missing a bunch of stuff that has to be shipped and stuff, more than likely going static. All right, well, got to the shop, looked over the car for about 30 minutes, and now we're heading back home to get the coilovers. So Daniel went through the kit. We're missing a bunch of stuff. He explained how the kit actually works. It's not super difficult, but we're hoping to have a actual like manual kit with paddles in the front, very minimal. Like my manual kit has one fuse in the front, the relay in the back, and that's literally it. With this, we have to wire up solenoids and run wires from the back to the front, and we're just missing a bunch of fittings, a pressure switch, and that kind of stuff. And we're also hoping these extra fittings we had would work to the bags, but we don't have the fittings for the bags either. So just a bunch of stuff we're missing. The company we bought it from, so they can ship out the stuff on Monday, but that puts us into next week. The car has to leave by Wednesday right now, so just way too much stuff to do and try and hope parts arrive. So I'm gonna go home, grab the coilovers, go back, toss them on the car. We'll know they'll work no problem. Hopefully the Smiths are dry. We can assemble those today as well and just have the car done, dialed in, and pretty much ready to go for next week. We have the molding to swap on and a few other small things, but the suspension was the biggest thing. Today is the Static Life. So is he one? These are the ones I got from Dimitri a while back. No idea what brand they are. There's a part number there, I think, but look to be in good condition. All the purchase still spin free, nothing seized up, so that's good to go. This will be our front suspension, and then I'll get back to you. On the back of the GTI, if you remember, we put the coilovers back here. You can see them. They're in there somewhere, but they are also brand new. Nothing seized up. So I have the suspension for the rear of this car, plus that suspension, all for the Mark II, and we'll be good to go. All right, let's pull this thing forward and steal more pieces off it. I already stole the rear spacers off it for my wagon, and now we're stealing the coilovers back off it. It's okay. One day, GTI, one day you will get all the love and attention you deserve, but not today. Race car. Absolute race car. All right, so it is currently 1:32. Let's see how fast we can get the suspension off. All right, rear suspension is now off. Stock, well, not stock, but the TA Technics is back onto the car. It took us about 20 minutes. We've been fast. We had all the tools that laid out ready to go, and also the wiring on my impact here is starting to get messed up, so I didn't want to work the entire time, but it's off. We have what we need, so now the Mark II can be low. Honestly, I think though, if we had everything laid out ready to go, we could have the suspension swapped, the car back on the ground in what, 5 minutes? I think 5 minutes or less we could have everything done. If we had all the pieces laid out ready to go, we can do it. I think the entire car, pending no like hiccups, then you can do entire Mark III or Mark II suspension, front and rear, back on the ground, probably sub 15 minutes, pending no like hiccups, rusty bolts, that kind of stuff, and if everything's laid out ready to go. I think 15 minutes is very doable. So we've got the red and blue set for the front. We have the oranges, gold, and silver set for the rear. Both sets are pretty much brand new. Everything spins no problem. Nothing's seized up. Everything's nice and clean, which is good. I don't know what brand these are. But guess what? They're gonna make it work. All right, so once again, we are back at the shop. We are loaded up with suspension. We have the Smiths, gonna put them together today and get them on the car, get everything dialed in, and the air ride is coming off. Sad it didn't work out, but it is what it is. So air is coming off, we'll be going static, and then later on we'll be going to an airlift kit sometime in the state. So once all the missing pieces for this kit show up, either we'll just sell the kit again, because at that point it'll be complete. So if someone wants it, let us know, or possibly refund it to the company we got it from. If they do that, I don't know if they will or not. We actually put the kit on the car, but you guys seen, it's still brand new, has never been used. So either we'll return it or we'll sell it again, and it is what it is. We'll buy the airlift kits, and eventually it's probably bagged, sitting nice and low on the Smiths. So without further ado, let's get this car done. So moving right along, suspension on the car is officially done. She is officially static front, and then coilovers in the rear. What we're gonna do next is go ahead and build the wheels, put them all together, then put them on the car. Then go through, get the coilovers dialed in, and get all the fitment how we want it. Also, Casey fixed the door molding, and look, it's sitting nice and flush this time. No more issues, that's good to go. Gotta put the rear seat back in just a minute. And then yeah, we're moving right along. Not too bad today. All the air stuff's getting packed back up. All the boxes through here, bags, tank, all the hardware stuff we have so far. Like I said, we're gonna try and return it. I don't know if they're gonna let us return it, but if not, this will all be for sale very, very soon. And at that point, it'll be complete. We'll have all the new parts sometime next week. So complete kit for Mark II, Mark III, front bags, rear bags, tank, all of the management and this kind of stuff. So if you're interested, let us know. Like I said, we might be able to return it, but if not, send me a message or send her a message, and maybe you can go ahead and buy the air from the little Mark II. All I know, the Smiths are gonna look so good on that car. The silver, the polished lip, woo, buddy, it's gonna be looking so good. So at this point, all the wheels have been assembled, they've been rebalanced, and they are on the car. And my goodness, the silver looks so good. Woo! I love it. I was telling her, it's almost like an OEM looking, like OEM plus option with the dealer. Like they look so good. The silver and silver came out amazing. Also with Danny to possibly do a custom center cap on here with some red to match the car. She's looking so good. So we have the coilover spun down a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and lower the car down onto the wheels like yesterday and then dial in the fitment and get it all situated and see where we're at. We also added the 5mm space in the back because it was touching before right here on this little e-brake bracket. Not the biggest deal, but we put a 5mm in there, so now it's a nice little gap, nothing's touching, and the front's good as well. No camber added to the rear. I pushed the front hubs in all the way. These are the 8.5, so we'll have to see how that fits, but should sit pretty nice without having to roll and pull the fenders. But the silver, new lug nuts here, the silver with the chrome hardware, it just came together so nice. So we're gonna lower it down, see how she sits, get her all dialed in. Woo! Man, this car looks so good like this. All right, she's coming down. I'm excited. See how she sits. All right, we are off the lift. Oh my Lord. Wow, that looks so good. I think the rear is a smidge lower than the front. At least on my side it is. That looks good. We gotta make sure we're not rubbing. Ooh, that's close though. So there's no camber in the rear right now, but that's close. Now I don't know how stiff these rear springs are, but that's where we're at. Now if we went through and rolled these and we're adding some camber to the back, we can get further away. But honestly, where it's sitting right now, that looks good. And we also still have, I want to say, probably 2.5 inches to go down front and rear. So I mean, we can get this thing like way down. That's sick. How's the front looking up here? A lot more room in the front. We pushed the hub all the way in, so probably -1.5, -2 in the front. Nothing crazy, but a lot more space. So we might want to add one washer width in the rear, give you a little bit more camber, just to be safe and not be tearing this up. Man, that looks so good though. Like, the rear fitment, I would say spot on. So this is 15x9. It was ET25, so 15x9 ET20 sits honestly perfect, and then 15x8.5 ET31 still sits so nice in the car. Goodness. Let me get that full view again. Hold on. Oh my God, it looks so 90s and OG, and just the wheels are the perfect choice. With the color, it's so good. Like I said, it looks like almost like an OEM plus dealer option. Like you go in 91, you buy your brand new Mark II Jetta, you get some Smiths from the factory, and you're just chilling. That's good. I see a smile on your face. You happy?
Yeah.
I know it's not bagged. You want it to be bagged. Didn't work out, but this is still sick. Like, this looks incredible. Woo, buddy. Like it?
Yes.
I love it. So
I'm in awe right now.
she's in awe. We have to do some dialing in on the fitment, maybe add some camber to the rear or raise it up a little bit because we want it to be drivable. If this was bagged, we could just air out on the tire, call it a day, no big deal. But want to make sure it's drivable. Don't want to be too low. Don't want to crack an oil pan, anything dumb like that. We just want to enjoy the car in Florida. Oh, I can't get over it. So good. So good. So I'm gonna do a little bit of dialing the fitment. Might go lower in the front, honestly, be at the room. Might add a washer to the rear, a little bit more camber, get it to come down, and then maybe call it good. This car looks so good. So good. I love the red, I love the trim paint, I love the wheels. What a beauty. What a beauty. Like this shot right here of the rear. It's just so good. So good. So, in the famous words of Cletus McFarland, sweet honey barbecue, this car looks so good. For some last minute coils to just toss on the car, look at this thing. Static, chilling on the TH lines. Beautiful tornado red. Absolute money. Also, look at this beadwork. The Swiss wax that Andy did on this car, amazing. Look at this thing. Woo! So we dialed in the fitment as best we could. It'll probably sit right about here. We didn't roll any fenders in the rear, didn't add any camber. You can see it sits really close. We're gonna have to address that at some point, whether we add camber to the whole entire rear beam and tilt it in a little bit, or we roll this just a little bit. If we do roll this, we have to roll the fender, cut the flare a little bit, and then just use this mounting point and this one to hold it on still. But just sitting here, money, 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 money. I cannot believe how good this came out. It sucks the bags didn't work, but I mean, come on. Like I said, it looks almost like an OEM plus dealership option with the Smiths on there. Just so good. So quick wash. We gotta load up all our stuff, and then she's gonna drive it home. It's probably gonna rub in the back a little bit. We'll see how bad it is. Whether we need to go up with the car a little bit or do our camber adjustment, fender work here and there. But after a long couple days, we are very pleased with this final result. Also getting her first wash. Looking good, looking good. I can't get over this car. Man, oh man. Sits super nice. Since it's not a VR, the old pan sits up pretty high. We should have plenty of room for drivability. In the front, we can turn full lock to lock, nothing rubs. Not bad at all. We gotta get a sticker back over here. We got a Mark II Mayday air freshener to hang in the front. We actually have another steering wheel for the car as well. I don't know if you showed it in your video yet, but I got her for Christmas a wooden Momo steering wheel. So that should fit the 90s theme very nicely on this car. And then other than that, I mean, it's ready. We were trying to get a muffler before we left because this one's kind of crusty. By kind, I mean a lot of crusty. But we might just wait till Florida, go to a muffler shop, and just find a nice chrome tip to put on there and call it a day. But other than that, the car is good. Man, it came out so good. Came out so good. I love it. Absolutely love it. God dang, brother. Looks so good. So after another completely full day at the shop, both cars are washed, looking good. The Mark II sitting on the TH lines, nice and low. Oh my goodness. Beautiful car. And we just put on the finishing touch. Wait for it. There it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. You know, universal stamp on all the cars. Always support Ollie with Supermade. Not too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and head home now. I'm gonna raise the rear of the car a little bit because it's like on here. It's on there. So no need to, you know, pop the tire, cut a groove in it right now. I wanna raise it up. We'll do a little fender adjusting or add some camber. We still have a handful of days, but the main thing is suspension's done, wheels are done, car's washed, and she looks incredible. I know you can't really see, but that car looks so good rolling on the Smiths. Like, holy crap, it looks so good. And I know, 39 degrees, it's cold. But I know she is so excited. She was stressed about the air stuff, which super annoying to get a kit and not have all the pieces you want. but just no excuse for that. But thankfully, I had some spare suspension. It all worked out. The car looks great. Sits super nice. She said it rides really good as well. So again, I don't know what brand coilovers they were. One's red and blue. One's like gold and silver. But hey, they worked out. You know, it all worked out in the end. So the car is ready days before it needs to leave, which is awesome. We still might do some fine tuning in the rear, possibly roll the fenders, cut the flare a little bit, or add some camber. But as of today, the car is drivable. Feels great, she says. So that's a win, and I will take it. Uh-oh, I heard it scrape. Did it hit? I think the front lip hit. She's a little bit close. Yeah, you'll have to just straddle one side. We've got a little dip in the driveway, you can see right there. Look at this thing coming in hot. Coming in hot. So I raised the rear a good amount, just to make sure I got home. I didn't want to go tear up the tire for no reason. We'll adjust that later. But even with it at this height, I mean, the car looks phenomenal. So good. Get the barn all opened up. Where's my plug? There it is. For my stupid half lights. Pisses me off, man. Pisses me off. All right, you're good. There's a beautiful car coming in here. Keep coming. Good. Back home in the barn. Not too shabby, boys and girls. Long day. Long day, but hey. Made it home. Looks amazing. All right, how was it?
It's great.
You didn't look like you're gonna flip the car in the turn, so.
Yeah, I know. It felt really nice.
That's awesome. It looks so good on the road. Like, you have no idea, it looks so good. Okay, well, super long day. I think it's almost midnight.
It is.
What time is it? Oh, 11:43. We finished in one day. So, well, multiple days, but all of today. But with that, gonna end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do not forget, if you're thankful for every single day, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.